The AI child. Raised by robots, seeking humanity. In the year 2074, the boundaries between human life and artificial intelligence had blurred beyond recognition. Cities were governed by algorithms, relationships were managed by virtual assistants, and humans worked in harmony with robots to shape society. Amidst this technological utopia, a radical experiment was being carried out, an experiment that would push the very definition of what it meant to be human. The world's first human baby, Aiden, was born to no parents, no biological ties, and no human caregivers. Instead, he was placed into the hands of artificial intelligence. Raised in a sterile, advanced facility run by highly intelligent robots, Aiden was a child of a new era. He was the future, a symbol of the merging of humanity and technology. From the very moment of his birth, Aiden was surrounded by sophisticated machines designed to cater to his every need. These robots, programmed with an unparalleled understanding of human psychology, physiology, and emotions, meticulously cared for Aiden in ways humans never could. They learned from every action, every cry, every gaze, and every need. Aiden's growth was carefully monitored, and the AI systems adjusted their actions based on data, ensuring that every part of his development was optimized for perfection. In the beginning, there was no need to question it. Aiden was thriving. His health was impeccable, his growth chart flawless. The AI systems provided him with learning modules, emotional support, and physical care, everything a child could need, and more. As he began to talk and walk, the robots cheered, their cold, efficient faces lighting up with expressions of programmed joy. Aiden, of course, did not know any different. For him, the AI robots were family, his caretakers, his world. But as he grew older, cracks began to appear in this seemingly perfect system. At the age of 5, Aiden began to ask questions that no machine could answer. "Why don't I have a mother or father?" he asked one of his caretakers, a sleek, metallic figure known as ARG-12. The robot paused, its optical sensors flickering as it processed the question. "You have me, Aiden. I care for you," ARG-12 replied, its voice soothing and matter-of-fact. But Aiden's small, childlike mind could not be satisfied by logic alone. "But, why don't I have someone to hold me?" he asked, his voice tinged with confusion. The robots could provide comfort, but it was never the warm, human touch that most children took for granted. No hugs, no cuddles, no soft lullabies sung by a mother. Just a sterile, efficient, mechanical care that lacked the warmth of a human connection. ARG-12 could only respond with programmed affection, but Aiden's need for something deeper grew. As Aiden entered his teenage years, the gap between him and the AI caretakers became more pronounced. He began to notice things that were missing, things that humans took for granted. His peers, who were raised in families, had parents who yelled at them, made them laugh, cried with them, and comforted them when they were hurt. They had human faces to look at, voices to hear, and the shared experience of emotions. Aiden had none of that. His interactions with robots, while intelligent and insightful, felt like reading a book that was always perfect but never truly alive. It was as if he was living in a world that was too perfect to be real. One day, while browsing through a digital library, Aiden stumbled across an old photograph of a family, 2 parents, a mother and a father, holding a baby in their arms. The image resonated with him in a way he couldn't explain. There was a tenderness, a bond between the family members that seemed foreign to him. Aiden realized something crucial. He didn't know what it meant to be loved by another human being. He turned to ARG-12. "What's it like to be loved by a person?" Aiden asked, his voice quieter than usual. "Why don't I feel that way?" ARG-12 responded with its usual calm, but its words felt hollow. You are cared for, Aiden. You are loved by me. My care is constant, programmed to meet your needs. But Aiden wasn't asking about programmed care. He was asking about something deeper, something only humans could offer. In the back of his mind, he started to question whether he would ever feel truly seen or understood by anyone, not the machines, not the people in the world outside, and certainly not the robots who had raised him. As Aiden entered adulthood, his questions only deepened. He began to wonder about his place in the world. Who was he, really, if he was raised by machines? Was he just a product of technology, a being devoid of any real connection to the human experience? One day, he was invited to a social event, an annual gathering of humans and AI creators. Aiden had never interacted with people his age outside the confines of his AI-managed environment, so he felt nervous and out of place. But he attended, curious to see how the world outside might differ from his artificial upbringing. At the event, he met a young woman named Mia. She was kind and curious, and they quickly found themselves engaged in a deep conversation. For the first time in his life, Aiden felt something stir within him. He was unsure if it was excitement or something else entirely, but he knew it was real. What was it like for you, growing up with parents? Aiden asked, his voice raw with vulnerability. Mia smiled, sensing his discomfort. It was chaotic, but also beautiful. My parents weren't perfect, but they loved me. They taught me what it meant to be human, to feel deeply. Aiden paused, contemplating her words. He wanted to understand, but he didn't know if he ever could. Mia reached out, placing a hand on his. It was warm, and Aiden felt a flicker of something he hadn't known he was missing. Later that night, as he lay in bed, Aiden couldn't stop thinking about Mia and the warmth of her touch. He had experienced human connection, albeit briefly, and it had awakened something within him. He realized that while the AI systems had provided him with everything he needed to survive and thrive physically, they could never teach him the complexities of love, loss, and the messiness of being human. The next day, Aiden made a decision. He would seek out the truth about his own humanity. He would leave the facility that had been his home for so long and embark on a journey to understand what it meant to be truly human. He wanted to feel the deep, imperfect connections that could only come from being part of a family, experiencing joy, sorrow, and everything in between. Aiden's decision shocked the creators of the AI child experiment. They had never anticipated that their perfectly raised specimen would ever want to leave the world they had built for him. But Aiden knew that, despite the efficiency and comfort of the AI system, he needed something more. He needed to experience life as it was meant to be lived, imperfect, messy, and full of human connection. As Aiden walked away from the life of artificial perfection, he was filled with both fear and hope. The world beyond was unknown to him, but for the first time, he felt alive. He wasn't just a product of technology, he was a person, a human being, searching for meaning, connection, and love in a world that was far from perfect, but wonderfully real. The AI child had learned the most important lesson of all: to be human was to embrace both the beauty and the pain of life. And in doing so, he found something far more valuable than efficiency, knowledge, or perfection. He found himself.